Yo!
What's up, y'all?
My name's Osagie.
And my name is Krys.
And this is Prophetic Foolishness. Welcome back. Welcome all. What's good?
Welcome.
Man, listen,
It's good.
Made me laugh, man. What's up, y'all? Look, we excited to have you, man. If this is your first time here, this is Prophetic Foolishness. First and foremost, we got to say what's up to our always faithful, always present, always loving PF Prophetic Foolishness family. What's
The
good?
family. You guys are the chosen ones.
You know what I'm saying? The chosen one, the holy people, amen. And if this is your first time here, we say welcome to you too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're more than welcome to be a part of the Prophetic Foolishness fam. You just got to rock with us, you know what I'm saying, as we keep our ears down to the streets.
Because I want to rock with you.
We want to rock with you. No Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? And so if this is your first time here, you know, we this is Prophetic Foolishness.
Yes.
And I know you might not know what we do here, but my good friend, my brother here, Chris Henry, would love to tell you about Prophetic Foolishness.
So this is Prophetic Foolishness, where we talk about uncommon topics that might engage with the common person and give them a space to challenge societal norms.
Amen. That's what we're here for,
what we're
man.
here to do.
So look, you ain't going, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to take it easy on you guys. We're for sure going to use this platform to continue to ask the questions
that need to be asked.
The people need to know. They've been asking us whether you slid in our DMs, you know, whether paparazzi came outside my house and was like, Osagie, we need to hear this. Or, you know what I'm saying? You guys been coming up to Chris in public like, we want to hear this. We hear you. We keep our ears down to the streets. We're the people's podcast. You know what I'm saying? So every single time, every single episode, we guarantee you a 5-star course, which will always be a delicious dish of what?
Discussion.
A delicious dish of discussion.
Yes,
These are conversation starters. These are things you could take with your people. You could talk to your girlfriend, your auntie, your mamas, your daddies, your auntie, your granny. I don't know.
Boss,
whoever. You know, these are great conversation starters. Literally,
anybody can get this conversation.
Anybody. Don't rob yourself of it. This is great. You can be the cool person at the party because you brought this conversation up. But you know what I'm saying? Before that, bro, Chris, how you doing today, man?
Man, you know, I'm doing good, bro. It's been a good week. You know, it's actually Juneteenth this weekend, bro.
Okay.
I don't know if the people even know what Juneteenth is.
A lot of y'all who don't live in, I mean, it's now a federal holiday.
It's now actually, they just voted it. It's
but
a
you know,
holiday.
in Texas, I know you're not from Texas.
I'm not, actually, let me tell you, I'm not from Texas. And when I moved here in 2014, I did not know what Juneteenth was because it was such a Texas thing.
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't know what Juneteenth was either. But we would celebrate it, if that makes sense. So in Texas, like, there was always like a little carnival, a little celebration. Churches had Juneteenth celebrations and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool, you know what I'm saying, to see that Texas kind of like, this was bred here, and now nationally it's kind of being like a recognized thing.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people, if you don't know, I know a lot of companies are like giving people tomorrow off, you know, even though Juneteenth is on a Saturday. And so if you're benefiting from that national holiday, I would encourage you to at least understand more in depth of what Juneteenth is, why you get it off, man, and, you know, do what you can on the holiday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'll give y'all a quick, very quick rundown.
Go ahead, tell them, bro.
Juneteenth
Tell them.
So essentially, after the Civil War, when the Emancipation Proclamation went forth and slaves were actually free, it took a long time for the news to reach the slaves here in Texas. You know, some say that like the slave owners here in Texas knew about it and just didn't tell the slaves.
I believe it.
And yeah,
I believe it.
And waited until the Union armies hit the Galveston beaches to actually enforce and let everyone know that, hey, you're indeed actually free.
Come on,
and
now.
so, you know, there's a saying that says, you know, we're not all free until we're all free.
Come on,
no one's free until we're all free.
Come on,
so, that's a celebration now, the celebrating of the end of slavery for even the last person.
Sweet, man. That's awesome. I appreciate you educating the people on this, man. So that's what Juneteenth is about, man. I would definitely say take time and even understand and read a little bit about it this upcoming holiday, man. Use it to your full capacity. By the time this episode's drop, it will have passed, but you can always educate yourself here with the Prophetic Foolishness fam. It is a safe place.
Yes,
that cool with you, man?
That's cool with me, man. What we got for today, bro?
Well, without further ado,
yes, sir.
The delicious dish of discussion on today's menu.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Chris Henry.
Yes, sir.
What we are talking about today is a hot topic that is been in the streets And this one you can't swipe right on, okay?
Oh,
you can't swipe right on this topic.
Swipe right on this.
If you on the podcast,
lift your finger.
Look, you
don't
can't
push pause.
You can't swipe right on us. Look, you gonna have to stay here for this episode.
Right here.
So first and foremost, you know what I'm saying?
It's a match made in heaven, bro.
A match made in heaven. The fact that you are here today,
that you are right here,
is not an algorithm that an AI engineer put together.
Nope.
It is for a reason. Yeah. You were matched with us today. Oh, come on. We getting into it. So today's episode, without further ado, we're talking about dating apps.
Dating apps.
Now I'm gonna give an early caveat.
Yes, sir.
For myself and my good co-host here, Chris. You know, we've been cuffed for some time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we haven't particularly been afforded the opportunity to dabble in the dating app. Some would say, bless God, you know what I'm saying? I got saved from the streets at an early time now. Yeah. I've been with my wife for some time. Now, with dating apps, I got to give a little back history.
Okay.
You know, we all remember being on MTV or, I don't know, VH1. And all of a sudden, this old gray hair white man would come in and talk about eHarmony.
Yeah.
And we all laughed and scoured.
Everyone used to laugh at
We used to laugh eHarmony to find love. That's only for old people.
Old people.
Because eHarmony had its 2000 question, you know what I'm saying?
You had to build your profile.
You had to build your profile. Yeah. You couldn't just come in there anyhow. But I'll tell you what.
What?
Trudy and Johnny was getting married. You know what I'm saying? Match.com. Gertrude and Gerald was getting married off it. There. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Cupid.
You know what I'm saying? They was getting on there. Look.
Plenty of fish.
Come on, look. These young bucks don't know about this.
They don't know about that.
They don't know about this. You know, farmers only? Come on now.
Farmers only.
Black people meet. You know what I'm saying? So
when bagel meets coffee.
Look, I'm telling you, there have been dating apps even long before our time for dating.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So now
we ain't even hit the old ones, bro. That's crazy,
bro. Literally, the old ones, old school, was essentially MySpace, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we'll go there. We'll go there. So in that arena, we have seen in the last few years, right? Let's say 5 to 10 years, right?
Yeah.
We have seen a huge uptick in like dating social media apps, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So now, recently, you see the Tinder.
Yes, sir.
You see the Bumble. Come on now.
Yep.
You see the Hinge. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
And now you're starting to see all these new dating apps come out. Now I'll go ahead and give the caveat. There is in our culture a lot of negative connotations with dating apps.
There is a lot of negative. Yes.
You know, because I think it was rooted in when people would see their aunt or uncle get on eHarmony, they would almost like scour, like, you need to go on eHarmony to find somebody.
Exactly. It was looked down upon.
It was looked down upon.
So what? I mean, that's what I want to know. Like,
okay.
What's the problem with dating apps?
You know, I think this is the reality that we live in. For so long, it's weird because, like, I think there's just a negative cultural connotation with dating apps, either being hookup apps only, if we're gonna be real.
Yep.
Or people who need a dating app, there's something wrong with them.
Yeah.
That's so much so that has been perpetuated across the whole culture, that people who are even on the dating apps are lying about it.
They might lie.
They gonna lie about it.
Hey, funny thing is, thinking about like why is there such a cultural stigma about, you know, meeting on a dating app is a problem. There's sometimes when you might meet, when I will speak from personal experience, where I've met a couple and they're telling me how they met. That's a very common question. If when me and my wife were like hanging out with a couple, you know, it's like, oh man, y'all are vibe so well.
Yeah.
Like, how did you meet? And they'll look down and be like, and kind of snicker and be like, well, we met on Tinder.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, we met on Plenty of Fish.
That's what I'm saying. And there's so much negativity with it that you can even see how people,
or
when
even
they bring
shame.
it. Or shame. That's a good word, Chris. That's a great word. It feels like there's shame with the dating app, right? When the dating app, just like anything else, is a means. You know what I'm saying? That is just the arena in which it helped. You know what I'm saying? And so when I think it's almost as if people think that they might be too good or whatnot, because when, and on a serious note, when people's dad or mom, maybe after a failed marriage or someone passed away, found love on Match.com or eHarmony.
Yeah.
You know, they were, I think at one point, like 1 in 6 marriages were due to eHarmony. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like,
and that number is climbing.
That's climbing. You know what I'm saying?
With other social.
I know you got. I know you got the stats. Hold on, my boy. You know what I'm saying? I know you got the stats.
Yeah.
But all that to say, even I think that I'm here today with my voice and my whole being to break down and take away the negative stigma with dating apps.
That's good.
Because realistically, dating apps are literally just similarly to like social media. You know what I'm saying? It's a projection of yourself, right?
Yeah.
If you allow it, right? So similar to social media, like we don't knock nobody.
Yeah.
There's all the people talk about, I shot the DMs. You know, I slid in the DMs.
Sure.
Ain't no problem with sliding in the DMs.
No one has a problem with it.
But I think it's because maybe that dating apps might have such a connotation of being hookup apps that people feel like when they say they're on a dating app, it might look negatively on them morally to be like, oh, I'm not, but I'm like, almost like they have to give the caveat.
I'm just there to, I mean, I even think, like, it's almost like you're saying like they're just on the app to hook up.
Yeah.
I even think it goes further back than that. And I was thinking, you know, as we were preparing for this episode, you know, how has technology interacted in the spaces that we typically meet people throughout history? Yeah. And because, you know, historically, we're, you know, less technological society back in the day. Let's say take the 60s, 70s, for example. Yeah. You would meet anyone who you're going to meet face to face.
Yeah. In your circle, in your small town.
Or like a friend of a friend.
Yeah. At max.
The only time you met somebody outside of your town was if either they were traveling through your space, you were traveling through their space, or maybe off at college or something like that. Nothing
like it is today.
Otherwise, it was like high school sweethearts or somebody you met at college, et cetera, et cetera. But what technology has done, it has given us more spaces to meet people, more spaces to see more faces. Hey,
come on. Now you did something there, Chris.
More spaces to see more faces. Yeah. And our lives have been more and more throughout the years intersecting this segue from like reality and face to face to being online to where nowadays I feel like there's sometimes when you'll meet somebody virtually or online before you actually meet them in person.
Facts, yeah.
And even more so nowadays, a lot of our social circles, especially throughout COVID, we've realized that a lot of our social circles or gatherings have switched from like, you know, church, where you might have met somebody at church. Church is online. Yep. You might have met somebody in a club. Club meetups are online.
Now, come on, talk about it. They got little chat rooms.
You might have met somebody, you know, at a grocery store. Now you can shop online.
Come on, bro. Technology.
You could have met somebody in the bank waiting, you know, at the line of the bank.
You know what I'm saying?
But now it's banking online.
I'm telling you,
And all the you could have met somebody at a game night, bro. And game nights online.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. And so it's like if all of our societal
bro,
you know, circles, watering holes, etc., have gone virtual or have gone online, we should only expect that the platform that people are going to meet others is going to be online as well.
That's such a good point. And you know what I think it is? As I don't think our culture has fully caught up yet. So like you're still seeing in movies, like what's the romantic hook? Like we saw each other getting on a cab, or we went to the bar and you know we saw each other, or he was with my friend, and not saying,
or at work,
or at church, or at work, all these different like, you know, watering holes like you said, but and not saying that can't happen.
Yeah,
you
not
know
saying it can't happen.
I mean, and that could be the reason is like that is maybe an ideal. But it doesn't always mean that has to be your reality.
It doesn't have
so
to.
When you don't create a reality for something, then it almost like blocks that like from being a reality in your life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why it's looked down upon, where it's like it's not seen in movies. It's not seen.
Not really.
No one's telling about their stories.
I don't know of a movie that has that plot line right now.
Exactly. And I have big beef because there are people out there, and if you hear this and this offends you, shame on you. Be like, take up beef with me.
Yeah.
There are people out there who are meeting the love of their lives on a dating app or on whatever social media, whatever the case may be. Yeah. And they're not telling their friends about it. They're like,
because they're ashamed.
They're ashamed. And it's like, you're blocking, like, if you found love through that avenue, why not for somebody else?
Why not tell your story so that it might give somebody else the same path?
That's what I'm saying. The love that you're experiencing. Come on. Yeah. Exposure leads to expansion. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
That's a good word. I took that from the I Am Athlete podcast. You know what I'm saying? But exposure leads to expansion. Yeah. Similarly, like, to old boy who, you know what I'm saying, like, back in the day when you lived in your little town, you maybe thought you were going to marry only the women who went to your high school.
Sure.
Maybe your college. Nowadays, you can literally, you lived in Florida. Your wife was in Texas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Y'all have no interaction besides a mission trip.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Think about your life, right? So, like, think about how much it is expanded.
We would have never crossed paths.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I'm here to say, like, man, look, especially to the single folk out there, man, there is opportunity to meet someone on a dating app. Yeah. Heck, I would encourage it because we, like you said, are such in a online era. People spend a lot of their free time on social media. Yeah. People spend a lot of their free time doing things online. You know what I'm saying? Or not as a maybe like person-to-person culture as we would be. That's why all these soft skills are so like wanted now. That's like, if anything, back in the day, it was like, oh, women were like, oh, we need a dude who makes a big check, you know what I'm saying, brings home the bacon. Yeah. Whether he's emotionally stable or not, I'm not really worried about. Now that's like more readily available. It's like, who's emotionally stable? Who can have great conversation? Who's all these different things?
Because they already got their own bag.
They already got their own bag. You know what I'm saying? As we're getting closer to equity.
And by bag, we mean women have achieved a level of equal pay throughout history.
We're getting close.
Right now.
They're getting close.
They're getting closer. And so they no longer are looking for a mate who's there to provide. They're looking for a mate that can match their intellectual capacity.
Exactly. So no longer is it the need for most people. I know there's still women out there listening like, he got to make the money. You know what I'm saying? And no knock to you, but I'm just saying that I think there is now such a huge emphasis on these soft skills that there's almost like this negative connotation that it's like, oh, you almost like a nose down, like you had to meet your so-and-so on a dating app.
I think in the past, that's kind of like what I've heard the most in terms of pushback against these dating websites or apps is that it's like, yo, you couldn't actually make it in the open market, in the face-to-face, old-fashioned way. And so since you can't succeed in finding a partner there, you resort to going online. Yeah. Because that's where all the quote-unquote losers go to hang out.
Exactly. But that's the thing. It's hard. Like I said, I ain't speaking from experience here, but I could imagine being single, heck, this whole pandemic, being in maybe a new city, it could be difficult. Yeah. Because it's like, look, like you're trying to meet like someone who you want to like actually be with. You know what I'm saying? So you're not just trying to meet some Joe Blow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you go to a bar. How do you covet out like who's married in here? Yeah. Who's not a bum? Yeah. Who's, you know what I'm saying? All these different things. It gets difficult. Who's serious? Who's not serious? Time is of the essence.
Especially if somebody's serious about finding a partner and settling down, so to speak. Like, they don't want to waste their time.
How much exposure are you going to get to people groups? You know what I'm saying? Think about this. For real. Like, if a lot of my homies, I say 93% of my straight up homies are married. Just straight up. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know it might be different for women. A lot of girls, you know, there's a little mixed group of people, but you know what I'm saying? This is a conversation for a whole nother day. But men, for the society in which we live in, for the most part, are the gatekeepers to marriage a lot of times. So like them getting on the knee societally, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Women can too.
We had an episode about that.
Women can too, but you know what I'm saying? It's mostly men who are doing that. So I feel like it can be very difficult. You know what I'm saying? So like as a woman, you trying to cast a wide net. Like who have I not seen? Who's maybe out there? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You could be someone great and just not be exposed to the right circles of people and literally just be, you know, just not exposed. So
that's one argument that's pro dating apps is that, hey, you're going to expose yourself to a wider, you're casting a wider net so that you can attract plenty of fish.
Come on now. Come on.
Hey, look. That's one of the dating sites. Plenty of fish.
But literally, I think another con though, I will have to say, is that there are people posing on these dating apps like they trying to like get into a serious relationship, but really they just here to waste someone's time.
They just here to hook up.
They're here to hook up, waste the time.
That's true.
And I could imagine being someone who wants to get on the app. You're like, I'm not trying to deal with that. I'm not trying to get my feelings hurt. I'm not trying to like, get my emotions. But like I said, through the same door of hurt is the same door of love. You know what I'm saying?
It's the same opportunity.
It's the same
for love
opportunity
and
love and
through
pain.
the same door. I got
so
you.
So you gotta sometimes like you can't be, because if you don't ever like open yourself up, you'll never fully be loved.
Nope.
But sometimes when you open yourself up, you get hurt.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's tough because that door hinges on taking the
look.
I'm rolling with them.
Look.
Y'all got to keep up because I'm spitting out some good stuff right now.
But that's a con.
Yeah, that's a con. You know what I would say? Another con could be, I think that sometimes with the modern apps and the way that they're set up, they can breed a really shallow approach to dating.
Man.
And I only say shallow because really with some of the apps, you're just swiping right or swiping left based on a picture and maybe a little catchphrase that the person puts in their bio.
I think it's like picture, age, and what they do.
Okay,
maybe
like whatever it is, but it's a really shallow understanding of who that person is, and I think that that's a con because how much of yourself are you able to display truly in just 0.3 seconds? True. Yes.
True.
Yeah.
And I actually agree with you.
Yeah.
But I think there's a second caveat to it.
Okay.
Because I mean, if I get attraction is a holistic picture.
Sure. Yes.
But there's a partial part of attraction
that is visual.
That's visual.
Yes.
We ain't blind here.
We're not blind.
You're not blind here.
You're not dating blind.
You know what I'm saying?
There is a website.
There's a website, Literally, but like, so there's a level of like, and I hear you in that, like, it shouldn't just be that. But I definitely think there's like a level of like, hey, and that's what I'm saying. You got to go in with the correct expectations.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are you looking for just someone who just looks good? You know what I'm saying? But like, hey, I'm open to all parties who I'm at least decently attracted to. Then we can maybe, get to know each other and filter it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a more expedited process, if that makes sense.
Okay, I see that.
It's more expedited.
It is more expedited. It's just different. I guess the con that I'm thinking of is that sometimes when you are dating blind, right, or like your friends are setting you up on a blind date, like historically, they're probably matching you with somebody who they think you're going to compliment and also be attracted to. And so they're probably just looking at the holistic picture a little bit more.
I'm glad you bring up that point, Chris, because you're right. I think it depends on your friend group. I have to speak specifically to the camera at this point. So if you're looking on YouTube, I need you to hear me. And I've been having this issue, and I'm going to say it with my chest. It really depends on the friend group. Do you know why, Chris?
Why?
Because there are some toxic friend groups out there.
Yee.
More specifically, and I might get canceled for this.
Oh, wow.
There are some single women's groups.
Okay. Oh, you went different.
Yeah. I'm going to go there. Now, I know there are toxic men's groups, but I'm speaking specifically to the women's. A lot of times what happens is sometimes women will not want their other single friends to like go and get into a relationship, or they will advise them wrongly, like, oh girl, no, I wouldn't date him, or no, he bum. But knowing good and well, if that man came to them, they would take it. So that's why I would say sometimes be careful in the group in which you're getting your information from, because what your friends, a lot of people lying. Chris, I know there's some stats you got.
Yes.
A lot of people getting in relationships off the social media apps.
Yes.
But your friend group might dog it, while your 4 girls might be dogging it, while all 4 of y'all is on the apps. Y'all just don't know because you're looking maybe for like heterosexual relationships and you're not seeing the other person on there.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Be careful. And I say that with my chest because it's like, that's messed up, because if you're a friend, if you're telling your friend not to do something that you're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like, you know what I'm saying?
Because the reality of it is that online dating is dominating society right now.
Facts.
And so
say that again, Chris.
Online dating is dominating our society right now.
Statistically.
We
got the stats here. We're not just talking air.
I'm looking at a chart. I wish y'all could see it, but I'm looking at a chart that goes all the way back to 1940, but I'm going to really specifically speak to like the last 20 years, looking at, where people have met, where couples have met from 2000 until 2021.
Okay. Is this just dating?
Yeah, dating and married.
Okay.
The overwhelming majority, by about 40% in the lead, it have met through online dating.
So 40% of people have met through online dating.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
No. Not just 40%.
40% over.
Oh
my
the
goodness.
Over second place have
goodness.
met. The second place is like met at like in college or something like that. The third place is met through friends. So those are the same like kind of historical ones.
But the overwhelming majority
nowadays have met through online dating.
Come on now. So you're not even an outcast.
You're not an outcast. It's the norm.
It's the norm.
It's the norm.
Now, sis, look, I know I'll be speaking like sis, my mans, whoever it is.
Yeah.
I know you have this fairy tale love that was like, I'm going to meet him at church and we're going to do Bible study together. And then I'm going to meet his family. And look, that was a great story. And it could have been your dream, but it's okay. That might not be your story, man.
It might not.
And don't block yourself from what could still be something very good.
Because like I said earlier, technology has intersected our culture in a way that it is normal even nowadays to see somebody online before you see them in person. I'll give a very practical example. There are times where if I'm going to meet with somebody at work or I'm going to, let's say when I was interviewing for a job, I would go and look this person up on social media, LinkedIn. Yep. I would try to learn a little bit about their history just so I have context for when I do see them face to face. The same is true
exactly
in how we interact and date or whatever online now. Most of the time, people see somebody or interact with them online before they interact with them face to face.
That makes a lot of sense.
I think we're having this conversation because it's like, let's talk about this uncommon topic, so to speak, so that y'all can see, it's not that abstract.
And that's the thing. We just got to take the taboo out of it, man. Like, straight up. And this is my advice. You know what I'm saying? Now that we done chopped it up, spliced it out, this is my advice to people, right? If you're going to do online dating apps, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure your intentions are clear, like it would in any other situation.
Yes, make your intentions. If you're on there and you just looking for a
floozy,
if you're looking for just somebody to hook up with, I'll just say it like that.
Say it plain.
Say it with your chest.
Make sure you sifting yourself out there. Don't let a wolf hide in sheep's clothing. If you're a wolf, find another wolf.
Let the person know. I'm not going to advise one way or the other. I'm just saying be clear with what you want.
Now, those people who go on there, vice versa, if you're looking for something serious, a dating relationship, you're not here to waste time. Do that too. You're putting a filter for your own self in the dating arena so that hopefully birds of the feather,
flock together.
And
that's 100% true. Birds of a feather do flock together. And there's even sites specific to your wants and needs. So if you're looking for a nice brother, there's Black People Meet.
Black People Meet. Do you have to be black to join Black People Meet?
That's a good question. That's a great question.
Hey, find out for us. Let us know.
If you're looking for a good old Christian fella or sister, you can go on Christian Mingle.
Okay, Christian Mingle. We heard about it. Amen now.
And then, if you're looking for something else, there's always those other ones.
Farmers Meet, Farmers Meet, I know there's one for like nerds and geeks, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Whatever your case may be, cast a wide net, y'all. Yeah. Because you know what I'm saying?
There's plenty of fish
out there. Don't let your homegirls and homeboys shame you for using a dating app. Because listen,
we ain't gonna shame you.
We ain't gonna shame you. Your uncles here at Prophetic Foolishness would never do that.
If that's how you met, that's how you meet.
That's how you met. Because when you are in a happy relationship, in a beautiful marriage, enjoying life, enjoying one another, no one will have anything to say. No one cares.
No one cares.
You know what I'm saying? No one's gonna care. Yeah. So my encouragement would be, don't let this fool you that people aren't meeting online. People are meeting online. People meet all the time online, Chris.
Yep.
People meet all the time.
Don't let them shame you.
Like, you wouldn't knock a dude if, like, he met a business partner online.
That's true.
You wouldn't knock somebody if, like, hey, man, I found my bandmate online.
Nope.
You wouldn't knock somebody if you became friends with somebody after meeting them online.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
There's people who I meet all the time who we're friends on Instagram, like especially other photographers.
Yeah.
We'll follow each other on Instagram, you know, have dialogues about photos and camera gear and all this kind of stuff. And then we'll meet in person after. I had a good friend who came to we meet people online all the time.
Exactly. So it's like, if you can meet your good friend online, why not meet your good soulmate online?
Hey,
too?
Come on.
You know
That'll talk to somebody.
That'll talk to somebody. So I'm not saying it has to be a story, but I'm not saying it can't be a story.
It can't be a story.
You know what I'm saying? So big thing, man. Advice here, like I said, man, just make sure your intentions are clear.
Yes, sir.
Go in with healthy expectations. Just like, you know, if you go out to a bar, you go out to church, you know, you might not meet your husband that day. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you use the dating app, you might not meet your husband or your wife that day either.
You might just be swiping left on everybody. It might not even be nobody.
Exactly. Your expectations might be so out this roof, nobody can fit them. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. You looking for somebody who's 6'8" and all of them play in the NBA, and so you can't find nobody. You know what I'm saying? But legitimately, I think this is a great conversation because there's so many people out there who are afraid maybe of dating apps. There are a lot of people
afraid
out there
of what people will think of them.
Afraid of what people will think about them. And you got to have the goal, the long end goal in mind. Because like I said, when you know, I'll say this commonly, when a woman has a child, you know what I'm saying, for a short period of time, it's painful.
That's true. Yep.
For a short period, it's almost like a twinkle of an eye of the time it's painful when they're delivering that child. But the joy that they get when that child is thriving and alive and benefiting their life, and they are getting to love on it for as many years, they don't think about when they were in labor.
Not that.
You know what I'm saying? That's not where their mind dwells. They might think about it like very few times, but their mind is dwell on how.
They probably think about more so the time that like the baby first smiled, the kid took their first steps,
exactly
all the happy things.
So you might be focusing on the minor when you need to focus on the major. The major being a healthy relationship through dating apps. So whether your choice might be Hinge, Tinder,
Bumble, Buzz.
You know what I'm saying? For the 35 plus crowd, Match.com. I don't know, the 35 plus. You can also be on Tinder if you want.
eHarmony.
Look, I'm over here shaming people. Look, do whatever you could be 22 on eHarmony if you want. You know what I'm saying? But people are finding love online, my brother.
Yep.
And I'm for people finding love of their lives. So y'all, don't let your friends shame you. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you use these apps the way, in an appropriate way that you desire, and make sure your expectations are set. And man, there's a lot of opportunity out there for people, man. You know, you don't know who you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Your circles might be getting kind of thin, and you're trying to find people outside your circles, and it could be a lot of good people out there.
And if the case is like, hey, like I you know, you don't want to use dating apps, that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, let us know. We'll always be happy to set you up on a blind date.
If you look, this is what we gonna use another dating app.
Yeah.
If you single, and you trying to get noticed, just tag Prophetic Foolishness to your story.
Prophetic Foolishness.
And we'll share it to the page. But
we will share it to the page, and there'll be a lot of single people ready to jump on it.
Look, man,
All right. Hey, we gonna be at the wedding.
Look,
you know, I'm gonna give a speech.
I'm telling you, if you single and you trying to get noticed, right? Look,
let us know.
This episode took a whole other turn. You single and you trying to get noticed.
Yes.
And the dating apps ain't working. The bar scene's dried up. And you like, you know what?
Everybody inside feels COVID.
You know, it feels COVID. And you like, look, my help is now in Prophetic Foolishness' hand.
We'll help you out.
We accept the challenge. Like I said, you tag us in the story, be like, I'm going to put some details about yourself. You know what I'm saying? What you want people to know. Put a nice photo.
Let us know what your favorite episode was.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll match you based on what the other person's favorite episode was.
Look, it's free. You ain't got to pay nothing. And you know, we good people. We good for it. I got some relationships that I put together under my belt. So you tag us in the story and put at Prophetic Foolishness. I'll tell you one thing for sure. You gonna get some people who gonna see you on Instagram.
You gonna get a date.
You gonna get a date or something. You know, you might be in Cleveland and we found someone in California for you. You know what I'm saying? I've heard more crazier stories. So that's what we doing here, man. Hopefully you listen to this episode, and if you single, you know what I'm saying, you're like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't let my homegirls or my homeboys talk me out of online dating. It's just another opportunity for me out there and another avenue. You know what I'm saying? If you've been doing it, hopefully send this episode to some of your homeboys and homegirls and take the shame away. You know
take
what I'm saying?
Take the shame.
Ain't no shame
Remove
in your
the
game.
doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Walk in freedom.
There shouldn't be no shame in your game.
Stand in the light.
Come on now. If you met him on Tinder, say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest.
Come on now. So listen, man, that's what we're here for, bro. Hopefully you feel like this is a conversation to be had either with your boo thing. If you and your boo thing met on a social media or a dating app, hopefully this makes y'all feel empowered. Take it to the streets.
Encouraged.
Tell them, look, this is our story. You can't take it from me.
This
you know
is
what I'm saying?
Story.
Look, come on now. Sing
on.
it with your chest. But listen, this is what we're here for, man. Like, we're really here to unpack uncommon topics that will engage the common person and challenge societal norms. So if this is your first time rocking with Prophetic Foolishness, man, stay with us. Stay rocking, man. We always have heat. We always keep our ears down to the streets with uncommon topics that we talk about, man. We would encourage you, man, make sure to subscribe on either YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all three of them if you want to.
Yep.
Keep up with us on Instagram, on Facebook at Prophetic Foolishness, man. You can really rock with us, find us, our information there, and always stay up to date on what's going on, man. But like I said, man, we're always going to continue to bring you guys delicious dishes of discussions. We're going to keep our ears down to the street, and we got so much in store for you this season.
So much. We got so much.
So, like I'm telling you, we barely scratched the surface. So hopefully this episode was good to you, man. You got anything else you want to say to the
that's
people?
it for me, bro.
You want them to keep dating on the dating apps, bro?
Yeah, y'all keep dating. Ain't no shame.
Getting on the dating apps. You know what I'm saying? Well, listen, my name's Osagie.
And my name is Krys.
And this is Prophetic Foolishness. Peace.
Peace out.